let's talk about AI. AI has had a huge surge in interest. There's been huge developments over the past couple of years. And now we're getting to a point where AI is being used by everyday people in ways that never happened before. So I actually want to talk wider about the sort of possible concerns with regards to AI, as well as from an investment standpoint. Now, before I get into any of it, if you are new here, this spreadsheet shows the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. In the videos, I showed myself buying up all of these coins. These were all cryptos that I thought could do very, very well. And make a lot of money, which is obviously why I showed myself buying them up. And these were their prices when I recorded and released my videos. These are the highs these coins hit in the last bull cycle, and these are what your profits would have been if you'd have popped $100 into those coins when I released the videos and sold in the last bull cycle. If you'd done that for all of them, a $2,600 investment would have made you over 123 grand in profit. In basically 16 months, that's pretty amazing. Now, you don't have 16 months to get things sorted. We're in a bull cycle right now, and if you're sitting on coins you're not happy with or confident in, you have got to get that fixed. If you don't know where to start, have a look at copymycrypto.com. This is the website that I run where I share the coins that I own with my members. So whenever I find any crypto like many of these that I think is going to do very well, I jump onto my site, I tell my members about the crypto that I like, the reasons I think it's going to do well, the price that I'm going to buy it at. Whenever I sell, I do the same thing. So there's no work for my members. They get in and out of crypto the same price as me, so they make the same profit. And if you go onto my site, you'll be able to see some of the profits made by my members. These are public record. And you can also see some of the past successes that led to those profits. Whether it was a meme coin the members were in and out of in a fortnight, did over 300x. Whether it's Phantom, which in the last bull cycle was one of the biggest gainers. Phantom, now known as Sonic, in the last bull cycle did over 1,000x. Now, my members got in at half a cent. It went up to $3.46, which is just shy of a 700x. Some of my members became millionaires off of that one investment alone. And if you want to find out the cryptos that are going to be the winners in this bull cycle this year, all you got to do to find out, guys, is join up on the site. Now, AI. So, look, AI at the moment is insane. I mean, look, ChatGPT became a huge deal. And some people could see it coming. Some people are still not sure that it's a real, like the AI is as big a deal as it is. And since the development of ChatGPT, we've seen the AI sector within crypto blast. I mean, there is a market cap of 33 billion across all the AI-based cryptos. Many of them, like many of the top 100 now are AI-based cryptos in some way, shape, or form. Granted, this is AI and big data, but the reality is AI is just a huge growth sector right now. I speak with a lot of my friends are teachers or lecturers, and they talk about the fact that they are constantly finding out that students are using ChatGPT to perform their coursework, their essays, one case of a dissertation. These things happen. ChatGPT, right now, there are limitations on how good it can be. A lot of people think you can go on it and it just does a task, but its performance is directly tied to what you put in. It can only be as good as what you put into it. So if you are barely literate and you put in complete garbage, you'll get garbage back. But if you are articulate, if you have a very clear outline and defined parameters of what you want, ChatGPT can give you a pretty good result. Now, AI is not by any stretch of the imagination across the board at human intelligence level. However, the emergence of AI over the past many decades has seen growth, has seen emergence in, what the hell is that? In things like super intelligence. Now, super intelligence is a really interesting thing. I recently
oversees the company's global tech infrastructure.
Apologies, that site just randomly started telling me things. Okay, so I recently listened to Dr. Roman Yampolsky. He is a leading AI safety expert. He's been on a few podcasts as of late. One was Diary of a CEO, which is with Stephen Bartlett. Stephen Bartlett is actually heavily involved in things around crypto as well, although people are probably not aware of that. He runs like conferences like annually or one of his VCs runs conferences annually in London. They're not bad, to be fair. They're not bad. I actually really enjoyed the last one. Now, Roman Yampolsky has been working in the field of AI safety for just shy of 2 decades. He actually began his time really focusing on like poker bots, and over the course of the time that he began working on them, when they were very basic, and to where they are now, where they can actually outplay the majority of people, he's studied this, he's researched this, and there are a couple of things that he highlighted. One that is really important to be aware of, right? There is no documented evidence anywhere that there can be controls put in on AI. So there is no proof whatsoever, according to an extensive study that he did, talking with the AI leaders around. Okay, it was AI leaders along with scientific literature, and he explains why do so many researchers assume that the AI control problem is solvable. To the best of our knowledge, there is no evidence for that, no proof. Before embarking on a quest to build a controlled AI, it's important to show that the problem is solvable. And he's saying there are simply no controls that work. And to be fair, there is no evidence for this. Every kind of control that has been put in can be jailbroke, right? There's simple stuff like within the AI specs that are there for your big companies, whether it's Google or whatever, right? They don't swear, but that's a jailbreak. That can be jailbroken, and you can get them to swear. These are simple controls. This isn't controlled AI. And the reality is that right now we're in a space with artificial general intelligence. We're not, but we are becoming into a space of super intelligent niches. So AI just 4 years ago was barely able to do sort of triple digit multiplications. And now AI is used to solve millennial mathematical proofs. These are things that the smartest humans on the planet can't do. I mean, we're talking like within the scheme of what AI can do in the mathematics field, there's maybe 1 or 2 people on the planet that are more capable, right? And if that is happening in the math space, it's also happening in the engineering space. It's also happening in the in every niche that AI will be applied. Don't forget, the point of this is that it continues to learn more and more and more and more and more. So you're actually inventing a replacement for the human mind. And he highlights the importance of being aware of this, because the reality is that super intelligent AI could automate all jobs, right? Do you know the most popular job in the world, or the most common job in the world, is driving? We already see driverless cars in places like LA. The driverless cars are already a thing. It is a matter of time before that can be scaled. And of course, there's always reasons that things might not be jumped upon, but there isn't, in theory, anything in the future that can't be done by a machine. And all of a sudden, the landscape shifts, because from a business perspective, how many big businesses are going to end up utilizing AI? Yeah. He describes AI as a meta invention. It's not inventing a better tool, it's inventing a replacement for the inventor. And that is something that has to be considered. The problem is whenever we talk about AI, a lot of the discussion revolves around this science fiction-esque, Terminator-esque future. But here's the thing. AI continues to learn. It learns at a faster rate than humans, and it always will. And when it gets to a point where it is smarter than all of humanity, we're in a really interesting scenario. Right now, we can just look at the near future. Prediction markets suggest that within 2 years' time, AI will be as smart as most people, as people across the board. You're looking at, by 2030, a lot of jobs can be replaced by AI. Truly. And the standard doesn't drop. If anything, it improves in almost every industry. And then you're looking at what happens to all the people. And there are, so Roman, Dr. Roman, I always forget how to pronounce his surname. Dr. Roman Yampolsky, highlights that the risk here is huge unemployment at a scale never seen before. 99% unemployment is actually what he suggests. Now, is that probable? No, I would say not. But I think we could surge far past 10% unemployment in every country, maybe 20%. The question becomes, why would companies hire people if they can, for approximately the same price, for a lot cheaper, have a service, a subscription of like $40, $50 a month, $100 a month, $1,000 a month for technology that will do the job for it, instead of all those people that you're hiring and paying monthly salaries to. And what that does is, for consumers, you and I, we will probably have far, far cheaper products that we can buy as a result, because the cost for producing product services will reduce dramatically. However, with all that unemployment, how are people doing? That's just the near future. You forget about the Terminator-esque future. The near future. And you have individuals like Elon Musk that come out and say, I think it was on Rogan, he said it was like 95% good for humanity or something like that. It was akin to that. 90%, it will be of a 90% good for humanity. But what's that 10% look like? And that's easy for a person to say who controls as much as he controls. But for an average individual who could become unemployed because of it, we become in an interesting scenario. From an investment perspective, let's be clear, AI is going to be very, very, very successful as an investment, whether in crypto or simply in the stock market. Because AI is now here in a bigger way than it's ever been. Don't make no mistake about it, AI has been around a while. However, the developments now have put it into the public consciousness, and now the stocks that have built products that people are using are now becoming worth more and more and more, and that is only going to increase. AI is going to be involved in every facet of everyone's lives soon enough. This is the step towards smart cities. This is the step towards more observation by governments. Governments will be able to use artificial intelligence for their own purposes, to more CCTV cameras or better, facial recognition softwares. All of these things are coming. They're already here, but they're going to come, and they're going to come in a bigger way. And it's really concerning that there isn't a larger conversation about this. Ever. I occasionally come up, there are regularly because of, I suppose, the algorithm that I have on things like YouTube, I will see more things like this than most. But I've had a look at like my friends. They don't get these kind of suggestions because they're not looking, because people don't think about it. And I suppose, I mean, yeah, look, this is like not the normal crypto video, I guess. This is I don't like this. I'm concerned about this. And I think the future, I think everyone needs to really have a think about if this is something they want. Because also, people are beginning to use AI without consideration for the things they're putting in. You know, I know people that are putting in private information that they want to kind of to have a conversation, right? Like restructure conversation. I know people that are putting in things that are personal into AI because because it's gonna get deleted, but it's not. There's no evidence of that. And actually, the long-term ramifications is that you're putting in things to a mind that is learning more every day. How might it use that information you've given it in the future? It's an honest question, and it's something to consider. Like, before anyone starts jumping on the ChatGPT bandwagon and starting to put anything in there, have a think about what it is. Could it be used against you even? Just actually come at it from a skeptical mind. Come at it from would you want a random person seeing this mindset? Something like that. Because this is going to be with us for a long time. And the next few years, the world is going to change a lot more than we've ever known. And again, AI is going to be a very good investment. There is no question about that. There's going to be plenty of AI-based stocks, cryptos that do immensely well. But is it long-term good or is it long-term bad? Because you might think, oh, lots of cheaper products, lots of cheaper services. That could be good. But is your industry one that can be replaced? And I think the overwhelming answer to almost everyone's industry is yes, sooner or later. It's just how much later is it? I don't know. This is a really kind of philosophical, I suppose, video. I'm actually interested to just hear people's thoughts on this. I think people are not talking about the real concerns that they should have. So yeah, it's one of those. Share your thoughts. Let me know. And have a look at Roman Yampelinsky's work. And guys, if you are not happy with the cryptos you own, have a look at copymycrypto.com. On my site, you'll be able to see some of the profits my members have made. You'll be able to see some of the past successes that led to those profits. These are public record. You can verify them all online. At copymycrypto.com, I share with my members every single coin. Whenever I find any crypto that I think can do well, I jump onto my site. I tell my members about the crypto that I like, the reasons that I think it's going to do well, the price that I'm going to buy it at. Whenever I sell, I do the same thing. So there's no work for my members. They make the same profits. And like I said, you can see the profits some of my members made on the site. Phantom in the last bull cycle was one of the best investments. It's now known as Sonic. But my members got in at 0.5%. It went up to $3.46. That was just shy of a 700x for my members. Some of my members became millionaires from that one investment alone. And again, it's public record, verify it. And if after going through the site, you like what you see and you want to find out the cryptos that are going to be the winners in this bull cycle this year, all you've got to do to find out, guys, is join up on the site. And if you do, I'll see you there. Otherwise, folks, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.